I am not the killer. I did not kill Rena Burke. I did not kill Rita Burke. I did not cross the bridge. I did not cross the bridge. I did not kill Rena Burke. I did not kill Rena Burke. I did not kill Rena Burke. And I will repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until the day I die. I do not care how much jail time I do. I do not care. I did not kill Rena Burke.
Earlier, after Josephine found out that Rena had been spreading rumors about her,
Heard you got AIDS.
What?
And I heard you had like 3 abortions.
Who said that?
Tina.
Rena?
she immediately called Kelly's house. She never expected that Kelly would instantly help her come up with 3 different murder plans. In a fit of anger, Josephine made a vicious threat,
Let's fucking kill her.
but Kelly took it seriously. So on the night Rena was killed, Kelly became the most excited and aggressive attacker. Now, with the trial for Rena's case approaching, Officer Cam decided to find Josephine, hoping for a breakthrough. She played an interrogation recording from the day Kelly was arrested.
Josephine is so twisted. She said, and I quote, "Let's fucking kill her."
I didn't think she'd actually do it.
Although Josephine had already begun to feel suspicious, she ultimately refused to testify in court. The other 3 members of the CMC group then took the stand one after another. As they testified, the details of Rena's beating that night gradually came to light.
You scared?
Joe, I know I said some shit. Yo, I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. And what's that? You take whatever you want from people, say what you want, and we're fucking sick of it.
Who's we?
Josephine had put out a cigarette on Rena's forehead. It was Kelly who made the phone call, calling them over and saying she needed help beating up a mouthy girl. At this point, all 3 testimonies pointed directly at Kelly. However, the defense lawyer completely flipped the case. Because the dark-haired girl had a long history of drug abuse, the lawyer argued that her judgment and memory were severely damaged, making her testimony unreliable. The blonde girl had once been romantically involved with Warren, so the lawyer claimed the 2 must have coordinated their stories before court, rendering her testimony invalid as well. But then something unexpected happened. Rena's mother made a shocking decision and went to see Warren herself. Because of her faith in mercy, and because she needed to escape her own emotional turmoil, she chose to forgive him.
I forgive you.
Really?
It's the only way out of all of this, Warren.
I don't know why I did it.
I don't know, Warren. Maybe if someone had shown you kindness earlier, then my daughter would have lived.
As a result, during the later trial, Warren finally took the stand and told the truth. He and Kelly dragged Rena by her legs, and at that moment, Rena had already lost consciousness. In the end, Kelly drowned her in the water.
How do you even live in that house? It's practically a concentration camp.
You think I don't know that? I hate it there.
Living in paradise every year. You know that? My mom begged me to stay. I got on her knees crying and shit. You know, if you're really that miserable, I do know a way you can get out of there. But you're gonna have to be a gangster. Like me.
I have to tell you something about my dad.
The scene cuts, and Rena's father is suddenly arrested.
What's going on?
He's been accused of abusing your daughter, Rena Burke.
By who?
By Rena.
Earlier, Rena had gone to the youth center and invited Josephine and her friends to visit her home. When they arrived, the simple question of whether to take off their shoes became the first clash of cultures.
It's okay. Hi. You're welcome to keep your shoes on if you like. We want you to be comfortable in our home.
In the end, both sides gave in a little, and the situation was smoothed over easily. Soon after, Josephine noticed that Rena's bedroom didn't even have a door. This discovery only made the tension between Rena and her mother even worse. When they opened the lady of the house's walk-in closet, the sight of all the jewelry and clothes filled them with envy.
Oh, shit. Jackpot.
Great-great-grandmothers. They're called Jhumkas, all the way from the Mughal Empire. My own mother gave these to me many years ago. And when she's older, they will be my gift to Rena.
Before long, it was time for dinner, and everyone changed into nice outfits. Unexpectedly, Rena's father tried to be helpful in his own way and shifted the conversation toward Josephine. The topic instantly became awkward.
You're fucking retard. You don't even know me. Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Rena!
Joe,
Rena,
wait.
please, sit.
What should have been a pleasant dinner ended badly because of cultural differences and the generation gap. But this was only the beginning of the misfortune. Later, while hanging up clothes, Rena's mother discovered that a family heirloom was missing from her jewelry box. At the same time, Rena's pet parrot had also disappeared. Reina's father firmly decided that she was no longer allowed to hang out with those classmates. Her mother tried to reason with her calmly, but the stubborn Reina stormed out of the house without looking back. Not long after, she returned to the youth center. By then, it was clear that she had become an outcast within the small group. When she mentioned the missing earrings and the parrot, she was unexpectedly humiliated by Kelly. Josephine then gave Reina a terrible idea, saying that if she followed it, she could escape her parents' control forever. As a result, Reina went to the youth center administrator. That was why her father ended up being arrested. He couldn't believe his own daughter had caused him so much trouble, but an even greater tragedy followed. Not long after, tourists discovered Reina's body in a river valley.
And I waited until she was right by the railing, and then pushed her. Why do you think everyone's saying she's in the gorge? Because of me.
At the same time, a group of tourists sightseeing on a beautiful island discovered a body floating near the shore. It turned out to be Rena, who had been reported missing. Soon, the news of Rena's body being found was broadcast on television. Surprisingly, even Josephine appeared genuinely shocked.
She's dead.
The girls were desperate to know what had really happened.
I didn't kill her.
What? What are you talking about? You said all that shit at the gorge.
What? Shit. Okay, I exaggerated a little. So what? I didn't think she was actually dead.
Now they didn't know who they could trust, so they warned each other to keep their mouths shut. Meanwhile, Rebecca, the writer who had attended the party, saw the news and immediately left her house. She rushed to find her childhood friend, police officer Cam. Rebecca then revealed that Josephine had confessed to the killing, but Cam believed it was highly unlikely. Based on her calculations, even driving from the bridge back to the youth center at 150 kilometers per hour at 11:47 p.m. would still make them 4 minutes late for curfew. That was when Rebecca finally realized the truth. Josephine had lied simply to trick her into taking her to New York. The next day, Rena's mother went to the morgue to identify the body. She quickly confirmed it was her daughter, but she couldn't understand why there was a cigarette burn scar on her forehead.
Is that a cigarette burn? Consistent with that, yes. The severity of the attack would have made walking impossible. She wouldn't have been able to stand. I mean, she must have sustained the majority of these injuries after the attack under the bridge, after she walked away.
Meaning a second assault.
An Indian girl changed her pants in public, and because her leg hair was thick, some white girls at school gave her the nickname
I'd be so embarrassed. My dog has less hair.
the Beast. Rena soon became the monster who was laughed at and pushed aside on campus. One day, she went to a supermarket to pick out a women's razor. Just then, a blonde, blue-eyed girl suddenly walked up to her. She directly shoved a men's razor into Rena's hand and said it shaved better. Her name was Josephine, the most legendary girl at their school. Josephine also secretly slipped Rena a bottle of green nail polish. Rena had grown up with very strict rules and had never seen a girl this wild before. She was instantly drawn to Josephine's confidence and attitude. She never expected that Josephine would even invite her to a party that night. Happy that she had finally made a friend, Rena rushed into the bathroom as soon as she got home. She tried to deal with her leg hair once and for all, but her mother suddenly walked in and caught her. Because of her mother's strict control, Rena was the only girl at school who didn't shave her legs. No matter how much her mother tried to talk her out of it, rebellious Rena refused to listen. She put on some lipstick, then quietly slipped out of the house. When she arrived at the party, her eyes were opened once again. She looked around in amazement at everything. She even saw Josephine playing board games with her friends while she watched from a corner. With a simple wave of her hand, Josephine called her over. Rena happily rushed to her side. Josephine only wanted to pull her into the group, but Rena truly believed she had found real friends. She had no idea that her life was about to come to an end because of this.